All right. Well, what we're going to look at now are the guidelines for the essay. Okay. So let's go over these quickly. And it's, again, all this is on the module, and it's pretty self explanatory. But again, you're writing an argument to support claims and an analysis of substantive topics or text using valid reasoning and relevant and sufficient evidence. So, your argumentative essay guidelines. First of all, you're going to be writing this in APA format, which is pretty much what we have sort of looked through and looked over. You're going to have that means you're going to need that title page. And I would look at that annotated example, and I'll show you that in a moment. It's going to be written in third person, 12 times New Roman and double spaced, cover page at the beginning, works cited page at the end. It is an essay, therefore it needs to be formatted as an essay. Hence, you need an intro, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Your intro is pretty straightforward. It's a grabber. You want to get the attention of your audience. After getting your audience's attention, you transition the sentence and you transition your whole paper into the thesis. Okay, and so you end your intro with your thesis that you should already have. Then your first body paragraph. Your first body paragraph is that transition to the counterclaim. Granted, admittedly, then it's the counterclaim, the support. Okay, and in the APA format support, I'm going to look at that. We're going to look at the example after this and show you your transition to claim number one. However, but then the claim for your side, your first claim, you'll write it. You'll write the support. That explanation is huge. That's going to be what you really need to thoroughly explain that claim support and how it connects to your claim. Okay. Your second body paragraph, transition to claim number two. Another reason. Furthermore, moreover, in addition. You write your claim, your second claim, your support for the second claim, and then again, a thorough explanation of that claim. The concluding paragraph, restate the thesis, give a summary of what you have written. Don't overdo that. It's a brief summary. And then your lasting impression. How are you going to leave the reader with a significant statement that firmly gives the importance of this issue in supporting your position? Okay, so keep that in mind. That's what you're doing. How do you leave a good lasting impression on the reader? And so when we look at that example that you were to have annotated, it's the one on capital punishment. So this is a student, it's a good example that you can use. There's a title page, there's a header. This is part of that APA format style. You have your title of the what you're writing about. So don't just write capital punishment. Give us a title. Come up with some creative title dealing with it. Student name, English 10, argumentative essay. Myself, if it's just myself, teaching one of the classes there at co-taught, Miss Carruthers, May 3rd, 2021. Tentative date. Again, we always work with you there. So again, now we look capital punishment, header there. All right. This is your introductory paragraph. Here is looked at as you were going over it. There's your grabber. Your grabber then is right here. Then it goes into some sort of a transition statement that's going to lead into your thesis. And here's the thesis right there. And you've seen this thesis before. So the thesis is at the very end of that introductory paragraph. All right. Granted, now there's your counterclaim coming up. Granted, it is true that families claim to have a sense of closure when the murders of their loved one is executed. So, with this, you have your transition. Granted, you're almost like, I concede. There's this point, and you write down that claim, and then here is that support for the claim. Okay, and brief explanation, very brief, but you're going into then your first claim, and this is your transition. On the other hand, okay, but so something that is leading into your first claim, and then here you have your first claim is talked about here. Here's your APA format, just like before. This is the support you have for it. You'll notice with the APA format, you have the author's name, the year, okay, that it is published needs to be in that signal phrase. If you're using a signal phrase, you need to. So on your signal phrase, you have to have the author's name and the year, and it ends with page number where it was found. Okay, or it could be paragraph number, depending. So that's what we're talking about with APA format, and we'll do a specific one early next week on that. and then you explain how that connects to your claim. Okay. And here you go, your second body paragraph, most importantly, and there's the claim, second separate claim supporting your side. Here is your support. So you notice that's a paragraph number there. There's your there's where it's from, who wrote it. There you go. All right. And then this one, and you don't have to do it, but this person who wrote this actually used two sources from this. So they used two sources to do this. Okay. And then you have your the final part of this, which is your concluding paragraph. Okay. So, and again, you're just restating the thesis as best you can. So that's putting it in different terms, restating it, a brief summary. Okay. And then you end with some sort of lasting impression. So you see how that it looks like here. The old adage, and of an eye for an eye, has caused the hearts of many Americans to go cold with the thoughts of vengeance and filling their hearts with hate. It is time to change this pattern and look at the world in a more compassionate manner. Maybe heed the words of Jesus, who asked his followers to turn the other cheek. So we get, and that's up to you if you think that's a good lasting impression or not. But that's this person's, guide. And then you have your works cited page right here, which cites where the information is from. Okay, on there. So that's what you're going to be doing, and always look, the rubric too is very important. Make sure that you understand the rubric, what's going to be graded. It's on the module. The breakdowns are rather specific. 10 points overall for your intro, 5 for the grabber, and leading into the thesis, the transition leading into the thesis, and then 5 for a good thesis. And you have your body paragraphs, which are worth 27.5. Remember, 10 points is the biggest one here, and that's the explanation, which is very important. Your second body paragraph, is worth 17.5. Reason why the first is going to be more points is because you have a counterclaim that you're also transitioning into, giving evidence for. Okay, and that's why there's that difference between the two. Your conclusion, 10 points, and then miscellaneous, that you have a works cited page and they're done using proper APA format. Title page in appropriate format with correct information. Contains a variety of sentence structures, avoids excessive errors in spelling and usage, avoids errors in punctuation, avoids errors in capitalization, avoids using I, you, we, etc. So you have all of that. All right. And in the end, it's 100 points. If you have questions as you're doing it, let me know. Be happy to explain anything I can and help you out in any way I can. So good luck, and contact me if you need it. Thank you.